McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could be with me this Thursday, June 2nd, 2022. Here at Forex Smart Trade. Our mission is to make you a successful currency trader. And we do that by teaching you how to trade using our proprietary trading tools. And we supplement that with what we consider to be the best in the business one-on-one personalized training. Personalized training from an experienced trader, we think is the most efficient, effective way to get good at something, specifically trading. With that, we have a dozen different signals off of our indicators. I'm going to focus on two of them if we have time today. One is something called the 10-point trade, where I'm basically trying to get the lines to line up. Second is a little scalp trade called the big orange line trade. So with that, let's get going. We need to listen to this guy first. Let's get him popped up. Here we go.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the great things about the program is that we do these live trades so that you can evaluate for yourself how well the indicators work and your ability to trade with them. When you are a light, you get kind of limited access to live trades. This morning, which is up here in the yellow, there'll be another intro to coaching session tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. However, when you become a member, in addition to what we have available for the lights, you get a whole swarm of other live trades. There's one in the morning at 10 a.m. There's one in the evening at 6 p.m. And then another one at 10 p.m. And if you are really into it, you can pay for an additional session at 8 p.m. In addition, there's advanced member meetings on Wednesday, continuous training on Saturday. So lots of opportunities to get instruction and also get kind of a free trade. As you know, or as you may or may not know, I like to trade using a, let's see if we can find it here, off of a little checklist. Before I logged on, before I came live, I checked my green charts in MetaTrader 4 to make sure that we're live and connected, and it is good habit to restart your green chart every day. Part of becoming a good trader, it's not about perfection. It is about progress, and we make progress by doing that continuous feedback loop, which is we do something, we take, and then we evaluate how it went and see what improvements we could make to it. So if you took trades that didn't work, at the end of the day, you should be taking a look and spending a little time figuring out why this didn't go the way I wanted it to go. If you have trouble with that, go to the person that's coaching you or schedule some time with me on Tuesday, we didn't trade Monday evening because of the holiday. Tuesday, in the live trade, we took a trade. It started to go the wrong way. When we took it, we hedged while we were online. And then when it started to turn again, we closed out the hedge. And then by the end of the day, the original trade closed. If you are not copying the trade setup that I send out at night, I highly recommend that you do. If you're not getting it, check your spam. That is a very accurate trade. But again, part of it is just incremental improvement. How can I tweak things to get it better and better and better? And I've been doing this over 3 years now, and I still make mistakes occasionally. So it's good to be focused on what you're doing. As we are technical traders, which means we are trading based off the price action, and our indicators are very good at predicting how the prices are going to move. News also impacts currency, and we want to know what that news is so that we can trade around it. And a good place to get that news is Forex Factory. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into 3 categories. Yellow is low impact, orange is medium impact. I generally don't pay attention to the yellows or oranges. Red is high impact. I want to know where those reds are so that we can trade around them. And this morning at 8:15, which is within 2 hours, we have a non-farm employment change, which has the potential to move the market. I try to stay out of red items 2 hours beforehand, so we will not take a trade on the USD this morning. No trade on the USD this morning. And then the rest of the day is clear. And then tomorrow there's a bunch of stuff at 8:30 a.m. And we got bank holidays beginning of next week. Bank holidays the beginning of next week. I'm surprised we don't have Great Britain pound in here because I believe it's a holiday in. Oh, here it is, Great Britain pound. There's a holiday in England, so there it is. All right, so we're not going to trade on the dollar. With that, let's get going and see what we've got. So the first step in my analysis is to find a setup. And I am going to work off of a 1-hour chart. Chart I'm going to work off of is the light 6 major, which is one of the standard charts. This is on this first chart, I call it the composite chart. It's showing us 6 different currency pairs. All of them US based. We're not going to trade a US based pair, but we're just going to take a quick look and so that you can see the setup that I'm looking for. On the 10-point trade, I start with the middle section of the chart, which is the majors and minors. The red and green line are the major indicators. The black and gray line are the minor indicators. Basically, I'm looking for situations where the lines are either overbought, which means they're above this blue line, or oversold, which means they're below this red line. And if they're overbought, I want the lines pointing down. If they're oversold, I want the lines pointing up. We kind of have that here on the Australian USD. Minors are coming down, but the majors are kind of sideways. This sideways isn't enough down for me, so I'm going to pass. Plus, we also don't really have. There are 3 things I'm looking for. 1 is that we're overbought. 2, that the lines are pointing down. And 3, what I call a double cross, which means that if it's going down, the red line is crossed over the green, and the black line is crossed over the gray. I don't have that here. The red line hasn't crossed over, and now the majors are kind of going up. So we're going to pass. Again, Euro USD overbought going up. What I'm looking for is if I can catch the market being overbought and all the lines going down, I can get the run through the channel. So say I was able to catch, going back here to the Australian USD, if I caught this when this turned up, I've got a big run up as it goes through the channel. That's what I'm looking for. And on a 1 hour chart, we can take anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. I myself find a sweet spot right around 10, 11, 12 pips. So that trade I send out at night, the trade setup, that is generally right around 10 pips, give or take a pip or two, based on how confident I am in it. Pound dollar, overbought going up. I probably wouldn't trade the pound today because it's the day before a holiday there. And on days before holidays, the trading's usually slow. USD Canadian dollar oversold going down, so nothing there. USD Swiss franc, we're in the middle of the channel going sideways. And dollar yen oversold. Minors have started to come up. Majors are still going down. So all of these kind of replicate each other. They're saying this, where the USD is first, there's still a little bit of a push up. Where the USD is second, there's a little bit of a push down. So what I've done is I've cloned this chart, and I call it 6 Majors 2. And on 6 Major 2, basically I've just inserted different currency pairs. Most of these are non-US pairs. So now let's go ahead and continue our analysis. Euro pound, oversold. Minors are going down. Majors are sideways, so nothing there. Australian dollar yen, overbought. Minors are going down into the channel. Majors are sideways. I don't like it when the majors are sideways. Other thing I don't like is it's non-prime time for these two pairs. Both of them are in the middle of the night. I'd like to have at least one of the pairs be prime time or working hours. I find when it's working hours, I find the indicators to be a little bit more accurate. Plus, when I get into a trade, I want to get in and out. And if it's slow moving, it's going to take me longer to get in and out. And if I'm trading off of an hour chart in non-prime time, the move's not going to be as good. It's just going to take longer to happen, and then the signal might change because it's taking longer. So I just want to avoid it. Euro Canadian dollar, we are overbought. Minors are kind of slightly going down. Majors are slightly going down. Minors are going up, so I don't have agreement. I am looking to get each of the 3 sections measure something different. And I want to get agreement across all 3 sections. And since I'm measuring something different, if I get agreement across all 3 sections, I have the greatest probability of the trade doing what I want. So I don't have agreement here. I don't have to look any further. Australian New Zealand dollar, we're in the middle of the channel. Plus it's non-prime time. Pound yen, overbought. Everybody's going sideways. Euro Australian dollar, oversold. Minors are starting to go up. Majors are still sideways, so nothing there. So we'll go to the next group, which is 6 Major 3. Again, I've just added another 6 pairs here for us to evaluate. Indicators work well on all pairs, at least all of the major pairs. I haven't traded any of the minor pairs. Canadian dollar yen, we're in the middle of the channel and it's changing direction. Euro, New Zealand dollar. We've got a mixed signal here. Minors going up, majors going down. Pound, New Zealand dollar in the channel more than halfway. I will consider trades where the green line is less than halfway. It's entered the channel but hasn't quite gotten halfway, so I can at least get the other half of the run. New Zealand dollar, yen, overbought going up. New Zealand dollar, USD, overbought going up. Euro, Swiss franc, minors are starting to turn, majors are still going up, so nothing in there. Let's go to our fourth group. Australian Canadian dollar, overbought. Minors are starting to come down, majors are still going up. Yen, Swiss franc yen, we're just about reaching oversold, and it looks like it's starting to turn, but this isn't good enough for me. This is more sideways than up on the majors, so I'm going to pass. Euro yen, middle of the channel, but it looks like minors are still going down, majors are going sideways, so nothing there. Australian dollar, yen, Great Britain pound, Australian dollar, got a mixed signal, minors going up, majors going down. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, overbought. Minors going sideways, majors going up. This signal here on the majors, if you notice, it looks a little bit like a duck bill. Here's the duck's head. Here's his bill, and you can stick an eye in here. This usually means there's more of an up push. There's going to be more up in the movement. The only time I may take a trade on this is on the euro dollar. But if I have an open trade on the euro dollar, I may push to take profit out a little bit because there's more up in the move. So if I see this and I have an open trade, generally I won't trade off of, like, I won't open a new trade, but I have an existing trade. I may push to take profit out a little bit more. And then and you kind of see that same thing here with the Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. We've got the duck bill in here in the middle of the channel versus up above. So we've just gone through 24 pairs and didn't find anything with the 10-point signal. So I am going to change gears. We're going to go back to our original chart, and we will use a different signal. This signal is called the thick orange line signal, and basically it takes a look at what the position of the thick orange line is. The thick orange line, when it is as high as it can go, this number is at 10. When it is as low as it can go, it's at 0. So it's a scaled number. And when it's at 10, what it's telling us is that it doesn't think there's any more up in the movement. If there's no more up in the movement, that means it's a good time to sell. Likewise, when it's at 0, it's saying, hey, the way it's calculated, it doesn't think there's any more down in the movement. If there's no more down in the movement, that's a good time to buy. So basically, I am looking for situations where this number is either 0 or 10 or within 1 point of either end. And this trade is only good when there's less than 5 minutes left in the hour. Right now, we've got 10 minutes left in the hour, so we're a little early on it. But basically, right at the top of the hour, off of a 1 hour chart, when we see the setup, and I've only given you one part of the setup, that's a good trade, and it's always worth 5 pips, and it is accurate 90% of the time. So 5 isn't close enough to 0 or 1. 3 isn't close enough to 0 or 1. 3 isn't close enough to 0 or 1. 4 isn't close enough to 0 or 1. 9 is close enough. That's within 1 of 10. So when I see the 10 here, I want confirmation that indeed we have there's no more up in the movement. And how I get that confirmation is I take a look at where the majors and minors are. And specifically, I am interested in the majors being well overbought. So this is telling me that there's no more up in the movement, and the majors are telling me there's no more up in the movement by being extremely overbought. So I want these lines kind of way above the blue line. And when I get those two conditions, when the candle changes, it's almost, you can think of it like a rubber band that you pulled the rubber band, and when the candle changes, there's a little snap, and we can get 5 pips off of that snap. So I've got part 1, but I don't have part 2. So let's keep going. 4 isn't close enough. So let us go to the next group. Six isn't close enough. 4 isn't close enough. 2 isn't close enough. 2 isn't close enough. 2 isn't close enough. 4 isn't close enough. So, this is just a quick eyeball. I can go through these in less than a minute and see if I see the setup. So let's go to the next group. 3 isn't close enough. 1 isn't close enough. I want it under 1. 3.8, no. 6, no. 6, no. 8.7, still not quite close enough. I want it 9 or better. If this were at 9, see where these, you know what, we might come back to this guy. We're still a few minutes early. We've got 7 minutes left. We're at 8 point. So the euro, CHF, sell. See if this bounces up to 9 while we're looking at the others. The position of where the majors are, this is well above the blue line. So this is high and this is high, but I want this to be a little bit higher. So let's keep going, but we'll come back and take a look at that as we get closer to the top of the hour. So let's go to the next group. Three isn't close enough. 1.2 isn't close enough. 0.1, yes, this is close enough on the euro yen, but look where my majors and minors, my majors are. My majors are still in the middle of the channel. I want them way down here. 6 isn't close enough. 8.5 isn't close enough. 9, yes. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. But my majors and minors aren't there yet. Majors and minors aren't there yet. They're just getting to the overbought line. I want them to be well overbought, kind of like what we see here. So we got nothing there. Let's just go back to the 3 and see if we see anything. $8.7. I don't want to take it because it's not high enough. So, we're going to be at 5 minutes in just a minute here. So, sorry, gang. This morning we just went through 24 pairs twice. One with the 10-point signal setup and one with the thick orange line set up, and did not see a good trade. And one of the keys to kind of being good at this is having the discipline to not take a trade when there's not a trade there. And an offshoot of that is don't anticipate what the signals are going to do. Wait till the setup is there. When the setup is there, take the trade. When I was a newbie, I used to try to outguess what the indicators were going to do, saying, no, it's going to do this in just a minute, and I'll get in a minute before, or I'll get in a little bit before, and that doesn't work well. So I just wait for the setup. You only need a couple good trades a day to make money at this. So if the setup's there, take it. If it's not, just wait. Just wait. So with that, I think we will sign out early today. Have a great weekend. We will be here again on Monday evening and do it all over again. Let's see if we've got any questions. No questions. All right, gang. We will see you on Monday evening. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.